What's up, YouTube? Ryan Panny here. Hope you guys are doing reasonably well. It's about time we did another one of these, right? I feel like it's been way too long since the last one. So it's time for another edition of Name That Song, where, as the title would correctly lead you to believe, we name songs. More specifically, I pick a certain artist or band. I play the first 30 seconds or so of 20 different songs. We keep score on the amount correctly identified, and you do the same while watching. I kick your ass is the next step, and then the final step is in the comments you leave your score so I can gloat. Sound good? These are really fun, and like I said, we haven't really done one in a while, and I feel like there's no better time to do the Lamb of God catalog than right now, given that the future of the band is kind of uncertain, with drummer and I believe founding member Chris Adler leaving the band. And Chris Adler is one of the few drummers where his absence could significantly impact the band's music. His groove is just that iconic. So I think we're all a little bit on edge here as Lamb of God fans. Felt the same way, to be fair, when Joey Jordison left Slipknot, and it turns out that Slipknot can and has made great music without him, but still, it's a little bit of a weird feeling. Also, if you fancy yourself a big Lamb of God fan, I would highly suggest you go check out the discography ranking I did on them. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I really went in depth on the band's catalog. So if you're a big fan of theirs, you should get a kick out of going over there and inevitably getting pissed off and disagreeing with my ranking. And I would encourage that you leave a comment below that video with your ranking. Anywho, let's get into it. This one should be interesting. I actually think that Lamb of God might be the most difficult one of these that I've done so far, just because a lot of their songs kind of sound the same album to album. So I think it'll be really easy for me to immediately hear production-wise what album or what era of the band. But I think a lot of these tracks, especially the albums with a lot of filler, like Resolution, in my opinion, Sacrament, which we can argue about that on the Scribe ranking page, the albums with a lot of filler, I think some of those songs are going to blend together. So should be interesting. 20 Lamb of God songs. See if you can name them before I can. May the best man, woman, or non-binary human entity win. Okay, song number one. Start off with a bang. And shuffle. Oh, it's a beautiful one. Definitely one of the most haunting songs lyrically of Lamb of God's career. Probably my top 10 songs the band made ever, actually. I know that's a big statement, but I believe there's like 80 songs in here, so top 12%. Turn up a little bit. Okay, that would be Embers. Yes, featuring Chino from Deftones off the most recent record they did, Sermon Drunk. In general, having clean vocals at all on this album was like the most unlikely win for them, but having Chino on the album elevated it even further. One for one, good start. Going right for the deep cuts. I can't be the only one who's struggling with this. Alright, well, it's got to be a Resolution song. Resolution is a nightmare in terms of being... I mean, I swear to God, I think actually Mark Morton himself has tweeted this, that if Resolution was cut down by like 5 songs, maybe at least 4, it would be one of their best albums. But it's just, there's this abyss of deep cuts, this being one of them. I'm going to choke here. So it's not Guilty. I'm debating between Invictus, Number 6, and what's that other fucking song that I don't like? Let's go Number 6. It was Guilty. Fuck. Yeah, well, Guilty starts off... Wait, Guilty starts off like really quick, right? Let's see. Yeah, alright, I should notice that. Okay, 1 for 2. And next. This album again. Lamb of God gods see fit to punish me here, I guess. Isn't that really boring, that riff? This album is full of songs like this that are just fucking so forgettable. I think I'm gonna guess it right though, because now I've narrowed it down so I know. Really, these are pretty non-riffs. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Invictus. All right, so now we got 2 of the hardest ones out of the way, and now when Resolution songs inevitably come up again, it seems, we are gonna have 2 checked off the list. Okay, 2 for 3. And next. There we go. You can't get me on this album. This one will be very tough to get me on. The step up in production value from Palaces to this album is remarkable. I guess I just give a hint. Fuck you, you know this song. I've made your chosen few. Also, they say that the title of the album is this song. The Day We All Fell Still. That would be Hourglass. It's so obvious that I almost forgot it. Okay. 3 for 4. 75%. Okay, this one I know. So there are a couple moments on this album where experimentation paid off. I would argue this is one, even though I don't really like this song, it's one of those moments. Weird Time is kind of cool. I forget if it's not 4/4. I forget what it is. It's interesting, it's different. You gotta give them that. And then we get to the 6/8 groove that everyone's used to. Those who is gonna do drum fills like that? Nobody. Who's gonna replace Chris Adler? Anyway, that would be Terminally Unique off of Resolution. Okay. 4 for 5. I'm getting back into my own good graces here. Okay. There we go. Nothing wrong with a couple softballs. This harmony here is pretty wicked. This song live is one of my favorites. And to my point about Sacrament in my discography ranking, what it is, it's not a bad album. What it is like 4 or 5 amazing career-defining songs, and then people forget that the rest of the album isn't actually that good. People kind of like just assume that when they think of this album, they just assume front-to-back quality like that, and that's just not the case. Anyway, Black and the Curse of the Sun. Okay. So sometimes I get nervous saying the obvious ones because I feel like I'm going to accidentally say the wrong thing. Okay. 5, 4, 6. What a good growl to start a song. I know the album, but there's a couple songs in between. I think I proved my point that a lot of the songs do sound kind of similar. Oh, God. It's going to be an educated guess. Anyway. Okay. I love that dissonant riffing. Dang, dang, dang. Sounds like a fucking police siren or something. Okay. Okay, so it's off of Sturm und Drang. I know that. You can recognize the production immediately. It's not Engage the Fear Machine. It's got to be either Anthropomoid, which I always forget how that starts, or Delusion Pandemic, right? It's not Torches. Torches, I think, starts a little bit different. I'm going to go Anthropoid. Anthropoid. Is that how you say it? Anthropoid. Ah! There we go. That was a big win for the kid right there. Okay. I don't blame you if you got that one wrong. That one's a little tough. Okay. 6, 4, 7, right? Ooh, a little bit of Rain. There's only one Lamb of God song in the whole catalog that starts with Rain. So, consider this one 1. 1, 1. Consider this one... Consider me as the victor. This was a cool experiment at the time. I never really got into this song as much as other people did, but it was different. 10 years ago. 10 and a half. Wow. The world was a different place, wasn't it? A little bit of those southern roots showing. That would be Reclamation, the final track off Wrath. Pretty tough to miss that one. If you know your Lamb of God, you should get that one. Okay. And... Oh, this one I actually know. I listened to Sacrament like a week ago, so... Sorry, I gave away the album. Boring, boring, boring. Boring. This is not one of their best songs. Sing again. Sorry, guys. It's just not the album you think it is. Okay. So, as I leaked, I guess, that would be on the Sacrament album. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what I'm doing. That would be on the Sacrament album, and the title would be More Time to Kill. Yes, I would say in the top 5 worst Lamb of God lyrics. This pretty, it's pretty five-finger death punch. I would say Set to Fail also gets the nod there for worst lyrics, but More Time to Kill is one of the most lazy lyrical songs in the Lamb of God catalog. It really drags down Sacrament, or helps to. Okay, and we are 8 for 9, almost halfway. I like this riff. really catchy. It's got a real bounce to it. And Chris Hammer on the drums. Yeah, someone could replace him. I'm being a little bit. I'm overselling it a little bit. Right there. I like how he throws them in just subtly. I just gotta make sure I got the song right. So obviously it's on Wrath. That tone is pretty unmistakable. I'm gonna go Fake Messiah. No. Dead Seeds. I think I caught myself at the last second. Dead Seeds. Ha! Close call there. Okay. All right, we're halfway there. How are you doing? Are you beating me? What was the one that I missed again? I already forget what it was. Anyway, 9 for 10. I'm coming for you second half. I'm gonna get to 19. You watch. Okay. And song 11. All right. You can't get me on this album. You can't. Although I will say, this is an incredibly overrated song. I'm sorry. The guitar solos are not interesting despite famous people being on the song. The lyrics are interesting, those little like talking moments. Do give Lamb God credit. I mean, when this album came out, the majority of the country... When this album came out, I would say that the majority of country, this is what, August 2004, I believe this came out. The majority of the country was very much for the war in Iraq. Like, it wasn't even close. Even liberals who now walk it back in 2019, in addition to Republicans who walk it back, were pretty much in favor at this point. I think it started to turn. I forget. I read an article where it showed like the polls on Iraq turn, but it wasn't yet. So they were kind of ahead of the curve on this sentiment. Ash of the Wake title track. Okay. Worst song on the album, in my opinion. There we go. This is maybe my favorite opening to a record by them. Which says a lot because their openers are always amazing. Last beats. Listen to those fucking fills. Still echoes off of Sturm und Drang. Okay. That's something I realized recently. I'm not sure if there's a band, if you can name one in the comments. Let me know. I'm not sure there's a modern metal band with this kind of track record in terms of opening songs. Think about the opening songs on these albums. Black Label and Ruin and Laid to Rest. Still Echoes, for me, is a huge one. Walk With Me in Hell, doesn't that open Sacrament? In the case of Resolution, it opens with kind of a dud, which is Straight for the Sun, but then the proper opener is Desolation. And go. Okay. Can't get me on this album, I'm sorry. I actually did a cover of the guitar solo in this song like 5.5 years ago, I think, on YouTube. Listen to those like groaning lead guitars sitting over that riff. That's pretty cool. One Gun off of Ashes of the Wake. Yeah. Overrated song. My placement of Ashes of the Wake in my list, which I'm sure upset a lot of people, partly due to a song like that, kind of dragging down the second half of the record. Not bad, but overrated. Okay, let's do it. Okay. I remember about this album, the lead up to it. This was in that time in the mid-2010s when everyone started releasing half their album as singles, and this is one of the singles. 10 tracks, and they released 5 of them, or at least 4. This groove is in every Lamb God song. It's still cool, but it never got all cool note choices. If you didn't get it by then, you're not going to get it. Erase This, right? Not Erase You. Yeah, Erase This. Okay, off of Sturm und Drang. Okay, better than I thought. Okay. Am I the only one who loves the kick drum on this album? I think I'm the only one. Most people think this album sounds like shit. I love that kick drum. Listen to that. It's so thick. Alright, I think I know what it is. It's in the middle of the album. I think it's Letter to the Unborn off of New American Gospel. Yeah. So that album, watch my discography ranking. I don't want to get into it anymore. Okay. Speaking of the devil, I think I know it. The main problem, the only reason this isn't like a classic album is because listen to how secondary Randy's vocals are. I love it. Stop start. Very ahead of its time. Oh my god. Can you imagine if Lamb of God just came out and played that whole record live? I'd pay hundreds of dollars to see that. Okay, that was off of New American Gospel, obviously. In the Absence of the Sacred. I'm doing pretty good. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, now I'm gunning for, I think, my best score yet. I've gotten, it's always the same because it's like, there's a couple songs that throw me for a loop, but I mostly know this shit. I think I got like 17 in one of them and 18 in another. I forget about the third one. Gunning for my best score yet. Let's just put it that way. Okay, and... You hear the difference vocally between that album and this one? Randy was so much more front and center. He was so much more integral to the band's sound. Okay, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. So it was off As the Palaces Burn, which is, spoiler alert, my favorite Lamb of God record. But there are several songs that blend together for me. Okay, so it's not In Defense of Our Good Name. That one's pretty recognizable. It's not Blood Junkie. It's got to be either For Your Malice or Boot Scraper, right? Or or Devil in God's Country. I'm gonna go Devil in God's Country. I'm telling you, I'm on fire. You can't stop me. Okay. That was a pure guess, but fuck it. Okay. Low-key, one of the hardest songs to play on guitar by this band. The note choices and the string skipping are just weird. But also, once you learn it, one of the most fun. So it's such positive, happy lyrics on this album. Blood of the Scribe. Yeah, really cool riffs in that song. One of the best tracks on Ashes Awake, definitely. Okay, I have not listened to these guys in a while. That's the funny thing. I did my discography ranking a couple months ago now, and that's pretty much the last time I listened to this band, other than it coming up on shuffle at the gym or whatever. So if anything, I should be rusty, but there you go. Great music stays right in here. Indefinitely. Okay. So this would have been really hard, but now we have Process of Elimination on our side. I love that cymbal groove there. For an album full of complicated riffs, I like that they just strip it down on this song. Very cool. Okay, so that song is on Sur Mun Drang. The problem is that I get a few of those deep cuts mixed up, but we already eliminated Anthropoid, right? So, and it's not Engage the Fear Machine, so it has to be, I don't think it's Torture, so it's gotta be Delusion Pandemic, right? There's no other. Am I missing? Let's make sure. Am I missing any deep cuts in there? I think it's Delusion Pandemic. Bam. Can't stop me. I guess one criticism you could level at this early Lamb of God material is it so bites Pantera, like to the point of it's kind of ridiculous. But the rest of the album is so extreme, so I think it's an interesting combination.
Listen to that scream.
If only that scream could be a little bit higher than this, right? Okay, so that's on New American Gospel. Just gotta find the title. Long title, right? It's not the OHGB. Thank God that hasn't come up because I can't even say the letters. OGHBADFE, DFE, I think. Okay. Terror and Hubris in the House of... What the hell's the guy's name? Terror and Hubris... It starts with an F, right? I'm gonna get this. Fuck you, I'm gonna get this. Terror and Hubris in the House of Frank Pollard. I can't believe I ruled it out. So, to my chagrin, the correct answer is ODHGABFE. I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. Even if I knew what song it was, I can't say the letters. Fuck. I think that's it, right? I'm gonna do a bonus round though, just in case my counting's off. Okay, leave him 18 for 20. Not bad, that's an A- in school terms. Okay. That's better than waiting. I wish we got more of this album. I fucking love this album. The riffs are so catchy, right? That would be the title track to As the Palaces Burn. And there you have it. Thank you for playing. If you lost to me, which I'm sure you did, your consolation prize is the astounding entertainment of this video, as well as future videos. Again, please make sure to post your score in the comments, along with any ad-libs, any trash talking that you care to add alongside it. God, I love this band. I really hope they don't get ruined by this lineup change. I'm having faith, but I'm a little bit nervous. So this is a good little snapshot of the 7 albums of the Chris Adler era. 20 years. Some people probably would say I should have included Burn the Priest in here, but we're going Lamb of God. They've been a band since like the mid-90s, I think. It's almost like 25 years of doing this. That's crazy. Anyway, really appreciate you guys watching. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting. If you enjoyed this video and are not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so by clicking right over here, as well as checking out any of the other rock or metal related content and any of the other Name That Song videos. Really appreciate you watching, liking, disliking, just engaging in any fashion. Twitter, Instagram handle @RyanPanMusic. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.